Welcome to another edition of This Week in Disc Golf. It is Thursday, August 18th. I'm Charlie Eisenhood. Let's talk about what happened this week. Well, we had the Discraft Ledgestone Open, 4 rounds of action on the Disc Golf Pro Tour from Peoria, Illinois. 3 tremendous courses, Lake Eureka, Sunset Hills, and of course, the very difficult wooded Northwood Black. So let's dive right into the action. So much to check out, and there's some amazing highlights this week. We begin in MPO, starting off in round 1. They're over at Lake Eureka. Anthony Barella getting things going over the water, sticking it. Nice little reverse skip action. Gannon Buhr, same hole, going with the backhand. And he gets it just across the water and cashes in the putt. Great round for Gannon Buhr, 11 under. He takes the lead in round number 1. Ricky Wysocki, bit of a slow start, but a great shot on the bridge hole number 9. He's a few shots back of Gannon Buhr, though. He only shoots 6 under in round 1. We go to round 2. We're at Northwood. Paul McBeth, 6 under on the first 7. Ricky Wysocki showing us why he is so dangerous in the woods. Beautiful forehand upshot to get the par on the extremely difficult hole number 12. 5 on this hole is like a birdie. Anthony Barella blowing by everything. Gannon Buhr from the woods. Yes, sir. And Matty O getting some late birdies to get up into the mix at 12 under on the day. Ricky cashing it in on 18. So he makes some moves over at Northwood. Gannon Buhr still holding on to the lead, though. We go to round 3. Burr. Just about as buttery a turnover backhand as you will see. Look at this shot from Anthony Barella. I mean, this thing doesn't get more than 6 feet off the ground. Laser beam to the basket on hole 10. Amazing to watch AB throw the disc. Matty O keeping it smooth. Ricky Wysocki continuing his strong play at Northwood. So we move to the final round. Ricky is in the lead, but Gannon Buhr close on his heels. Matty O, Barella also in the mix. Burr, nice and smooth. You know he'll get that birdie. One of the best putters on tour. Ricky, hole 8, bang. Puts it in. Not even thinking about the raptor legs. Gannon Buhr went OB on hole 9, so he's throwing from the drop zone. Yes, from the drone. What a shot from Gannon Buhr to save the par. So Ricky, 2-shot lead through 9 holes, and he's keeping the pressure on hole 10. Fantastic forehand. McBeth has got some work to do. This needs to clear the water, and it does. McBeth now at 20 under. Look at the gallery along the par 3. And he slides it up inside the circle. Gets the birdie there. Gets the birdie there. That's 6 in a row for McBeth. But he's just a little too far behind. Ricky Wysocki has got the big lead. He got 6 birdies in a row in the middle of the round while Gannon Buhr went a little cold. So he's got 4 shots going into 18. And all he has to do is not make any big mistakes. And Ricky has no problem doing just that. He taps it in, and that makes it 3 straight Ledgestone Open wins for Ricky Wysocki. He has been absolutely dialed in at this course, and no questions about the tie last year with Calvin Heimberg this time around. 4 rounds, yes sir. Ricky is your champ. Let's hear from him after his win.
Feeling great. It kind of like was blackout mode there in the middle stretch. I got a lot of birdies, and I really set myself apart, like I said I was going to do yesterday. And that's what I know I needed to do, and put the pressure on everybody else. And, I feel like that's where I set myself apart is late in the round, the final day, I can make the shots happen and, put myself in position to win. And I'm glad I did that.
So Ricky Wysocki becomes the first MPO player to 3 Elite Series or major wins this season. 2022 is the latest that we've ever seen an MPO player get to the 3-win mark this late, all the way at the end of August. So it shows you the kind of parity that we've seen this season. A couple guys stuck at 2 wins. Ricky is the first to number 3. Let's move over to FPO. Of course, we start in round 1. The women starting at Northwood Black, playing their middle 2 rounds at Sunset Hills. Lisa Fakis showing off the putter, getting off to a nice start on the very tough track. And Missy Gannon getting 4 under in round 1. Kristen Tatar, though, with the birdie on 18, gets her to 5 down, and she takes the lead into round 2. We move over to Sunset Hills. Holland Handley, second shot on the par 5. Yes! She's got it. Albatross. Something I have never seen in FPO. Amazing shot from Handley from the fairway, and a real highlight of the year. Kristen Tatar continuing her strong play up at the top of the leaderboard. Paige Pierce had a very slow start at Northwood, but picking it up at Sunset. And shots like that will get you birdies. And how about putts like that? Yes, Paige Pierce makes it 3 in a row. And she knocks it in on 18 to make it 5 straight birdies. She finishes the day at 8 under par. Missy Gannon, though, still holding on to the lead going into round 3. She's got a 2-shot lead on Lisa Fakis and 4 shots on Pierce. Nice hyzer shot on the second hole. Pierce for an eagle on 6. Yes, that brings her within 1 shot of the lead. Sarah Hokum to the forehand on the tricky hole 13. Got to get it past the OB, and she does so beautifully. Classic Sarah Hokum shot there. Pierce in for the par on 18. Missy in for the par on 18. Smiles all around. They are tied going into the final round. Back to Northwood, where Missy was great and Paige was not so great. Speaking of great, how about Alexis Mondahano putting up a beautiful 7 under course record, no bogeys. Great finish for her on the tournament. Missy Gannon, 2-shot lead over Lisa Fakis going into hole 10. Perfect shot inside the circle. Pierce, laser beam, mid-range on the 12th. And Owen Scoggins heating up. Incredible putter every weekend, but she had more than 7 strokes gained on the entire field on the putting green this weekend. But Missy Gannon continuing to create separation late. Kristen Tatar not able to make the run. Paige Pierce struggling again in Northwood, and that means that Missy Gannon wins an $8,000 purse. She's been so great when the payouts are big, and Big Money Missy gets to hoist the trophy at this year's Ledgestone Open. It's another Elite Series win for Missy Gannon. Let's hear from her after the round.
I mean, to win now, it feels like so much more of an accomplishment than it did in years past, because anybody could win nowadays, and it's so cool to finally get that win. I feel like I've been coming in second or somewhere else, and I knew I was hunting, but I had never gotten there. So to be able to take down Ledgestone, being part of Team Ledgestone and Discraft, it couldn't be any more sweet.
So after setting the single season earnings record in FPO last year in 2021, Missy Gannon wins another big purse at Ledgestone, which is the biggest payout during the Disc Golf Pro Tour season. She now has, check it out, 3 wins in 9 starts when the cash prize for winning is more than $6,000. And she has just 3 wins in 32 starts when it's less than $6,000. She's won a third of her starts when the cash prizes are the biggest, and she's podiumed 55% of the time. That is your Statmando stat of the week. So keep an eye out for Missy Gannon when the money is on the line. So that brings us to this week's Social Media Minute. And I got 2 items for you this week. First up, Paul McBeth threw out the first pitch at the Chicago White Sox game on Tuesday night. We saw Ricky do this at a Reds game a couple of weeks back, and now it's Paul doing it before Dylan Cease gets the start. Cease, one of the top pitchers for the White Sox, also a big disc golfer. So Paul McBeth threw one right down the middle. At least that's what it looks like from up here. Shout out to the disc golf subreddit user apole81395 for posting the video. The second item in this week's social media minute, Gannon Buhr, one of the most exciting young players on tour, has been known to play a little bit slow, and it's been a conversation point the last couple of weeks, particularly after the Mid-America Open. And he posted this over on Instagram, overlaid with audio from the Upshot podcast. And yes, that is my voice. Check it out.
Watch these players standing over their lie, hitting the chalk bag, putting the chalk bag down, picking the chalk bag back up, putting the chalk bag down, lining up the shot, picking up the chalk bag. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. That's what happened.
Well played, Gannon Buhr. That's the best thing I've seen on disc golf social media in quite some time. That brings us to this weekend's Disc Golf Pro Tour stop. It is the Des Moines Challenge. It's the last Elite Series stop before the World Championships in Emporia begin in a week and a half. Des Moines getting its start on the tour last year, kind of replacing the European swing, and it's back this year. TD Ty Tanat telling the Upshot podcast that this year's purse will be right around $100,000. That is going to be the second biggest DGPT purse this year behind Ledgestone, and it's the most money that we've ever seen a 3-round tournament hand out. So unclear at this point whether it's going to be 100K or 99, somewhere up there around the 6-figure mark. Last year, Missy Gannon won this tournament in 2 rounds. Final round of FPO was canceled due to weather. Paul McBeth won it in MPO over Calvin Heimberg. It's at Pickard Park. It's about 20 minutes outside of Des Moines in Indianola. It was designed by Juliana Corver. Park-style golf, lots of elevation change, and a fun track for the pros. A little bit easier, particularly coming off of Ledgestone, than some of the other courses we see on tour. Of course, you can follow along with all the action on the Disc Golf Network, and you will also be able to catch your favorite post-production over on YouTube. Final round of the event will be available free on the Disc Golf Pro Tour YouTube channel, aired live. The DMC is the final regular season stop on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and that means that players are fighting for those final DGPT points before they head into Worlds, because we begin the playoffs at the Green Mountain Championships, and that means you got to get over that hurdle. Top 100 MPO, top 50 FPO, trying to get in and make it to the playoffs where they can earn 1.25x the normal points as they try to advance to the MVP Open and eventually the Tour Championship. So tune in for all the action from the DMC starting tomorrow on Friday, and check it out, udisclive.com for live scoring action. That is going to do it for this edition of This Week in Disc Golf. We'll talk to you next week.